Now, Trey, let's go ahead and go over District 2. See why
Yep,
we had to cut this up in 2 sections? This is a lot.
it is.
This is a lot. Even when we cut it down, it's a lot.
Yeah, it's only because so many people can run in a primary. Once it gets to November, it's cut and dry. You got one from one party, you got one from another.
Right.
But to make sure that good candidates show up in November, this is why we got to cover the primaries and we got to do it in depth. So I will be covering Virginia's second congressional district. So this covers the areas of Acomic, Northampton, Isle of Wight, as well as some of the independent cities in Virginia. That includes Virginia Beach, Suffolk, Franklin,
It's my people.
some parts of Chesapeake, and part of Southampton County.
Are you in District 2?
Because Chesapeake is broken up a little bit, I would need to see which district I'm in. I need to look, but Chesapeake, we always getting cut up
That's
a million
crazy.
different ways. So
And Chesapeake's literally right there.
I
Like, why?
know.
When you look at the district, and also, guys, if you'll look at the presentation, you'll see in the background that we have the district maps in the highlighted zone, and you'll see just how crazy districts are drawn up.
Because it's like, how did you land on that? You know what I'm saying?
Truly.
It's something to think about.
Truly.
But so District 2 has been represented by Jennifer Kiggins, who is a Republican since 2023. So she will be running unopposed in this primary. She'll be on the ballot for November. We have Democratic candidates in the Democratic primary. So I'm going to start with Elaine Luria. So warning, I could not find much on her policies, what she stood for, anything like that. I went directly to her website, and the only thing that was up there was her asking me for money. And there's not a single policy. I might not have looked hard enough, but I will continue to do my job to try and find something. But I'm on the homepage, and I saw it was asking me for like my email address and my zip code. I was thinking, okay, you might need that information so I could then access your policy. So I entertained that. I put in my email, put in my zip code. I click enter. No, it was just asking for more money. So that's a little concerning.
It is.
So
Also, she's not new to this at all. She's a veteran politician. So I'm surprised.
Right.
I'm very surprised.
So that's just something to keep in mind.
I wouldn't vote for someone who I can't get you information from prior to your primary, and you've already been in a position of power before. So
like, we need policy.
Yeah,
that's what speaks
not
to me.
Not just a name, right. Not just a face.
That's what speaks to me is a policy, what you stand for, what you plan to do.
It's like you want to kind of throw the election to the other side.
Yeah, so that's Elaine Luria. If you want to go to her website and contribute to her campaign, then you can find her at elaineforcongress.com. That's ELAINEFORCONGRESS.com. That's where you'll be able to support her. The next person that we have in this primary, we have Dr. Nyla Devenath. So Dr. Devenath is a physician, a lawyer, and a mother. So she holds a lot of titles, and she's very focused on lowering the cost for Virginians, protecting healthcare, and fighting for Hampton Roads. A few of her main things that she plans to cover, if she is able to get elected, but first going through the primaries, is universal healthcare. That is something she strongly believes in. She wants to guarantee healthcare as a human right and make it affordable. She also believes in reproductive freedom. So that's something that her campaign will rely heavily on, and she will be promoting, as well as paid family leave. As I mentioned earlier, she is a mother, so she is very family oriented, and she wants her policies to be family friendly and make it easier for Virginians to work as well as take care of their families. And you can find her campaign policies and what she will be running on her website as well. Her website is very robust, so she has a lot of content for you guys to explore. Exactly. It's really nice.
Is it easy to like navigate as well?
It's broken up by issues.
I'm gonna have so much fun on her website.
She has her about section in her background, her issues, news, endorsements. She has all these things. So definitely take a look. NylaDevenath.com. So that's NILADEVANATH.com, and that'll take you directly to her website. Definitely take a look and see what she's about, especially with her policies. So the third candidate that will be on the primary is Patrick Mulsoff. Patrick Molsov, he's dedicated his life to challenging pressing issues in the world. His career, he claims to have helped the poor, fighting against authoritarian government, and promoting effective government through his career. So, some of the main issues that he will be focusing on, he covers a wide variety of issues. So, one of the big things is healthcare, once again, but also democratic reform. He mentions the Trump administration and going against shady election practices that have been going on. He plans to combat that. He wants to lower the cost of housing as well. That's one of his big points for policy, as well as addressing economy and income inequality. So that's something that I definitely want to read more and kind of get more information about. But those are some of the main things. Those are not all the issues, but I just picked a handful from each candidate. But you can find his platform on his website. And you'll notice a recurring pattern. We love to plug websites as well. So again, we are giving you guys the tools. Just, make sure on your own time that you go and check it out because it is a lot of information. We just don't want to throw it at you. That's not cool. That's not good content. We don't like that. So Patrick Molsoff, you can find his platform at patrickmolsoff.com. That's Patrick PatrickMolsoff.com. And the final primary candidate for the Democratic Party in District 2 will be William Fleming. So William Fleming or Bill Fleming, you'll see on his website, he prefers to go by Bill. So I got you, Bill. He is a lifelong Virginian, a scientist, a veteran, husband and grandpa, and a public servant. So he is very invested in Virginia and wants to improve some of the issues that he's seen throughout his years. So on his platform, he covers a variety of issues. But the big ones that he wants to promote is investing in the future. Like I said, he is a husband and grandpa, so he is worried about the youth and their education.
It's so sweet.
Right.
But no, absolutely.
So he wants to strengthen public education, improve student mental health resources, and make higher education more affordable. Overall, just to create opportunities for future generations. Me personally,
And
I
he's
really
Gen
like that.
X. Is he Gen X?
I'm not sure what generation he would be a
Does he
part
look
of.
like he's Gen X? Like he would be in the Gen X, he would be either a Gen X or a Boomer if he's a grandpappy.
Mm-hmm. So he's
But
worried.
I'm surprised to still hear about that, from that generation.
Yeah, he's worried about the
Okay.
churn.
Okay, I like that.
So I like that. And then he's also promoting healthy land and clean water. So his priorities are protecting Virginia waterways, improving soil health and conservation, and supporting farmers and foresters. Overall, you're worried about nature. I really like that. So all these primary candidates, you may notice a pattern. They'll cover similar topics, but then they kind of divulge into their specialties as well. So that's something that'll be, a determining factor for who comes out on top in this district for those primaries is their specialties, bringing in their backgrounds and kind of addressing some issues that people may not have thought of for Virginia. So definitely keep that in mind. You'll be able to see his full campaign platform at billflemingforcongress.com. So that's Bill, Bill, Fleming, Fleming, for Congress.com. And that is all I have for District 2. And D, what we got for District 3?
District 3, honestly, these last 3 districts are going to go by way quicker than the first 2. Those first 2. And also, it makes sense because these are like our biggest districts of how many people are going to be involved. It's going to take us a little bit longer. But District 3 is actually not going to have a primary. So District 3 is the other side of Hampton Road. So that's our Hampton side, a little bit of the Norfolk and the Portsmouth side, as well as pieces of Newport News. And District 3 is currently represented by Democrat Robert Scott, who has been the representative since 1993. Before we were born.
Wait a minute.
I told you he's about to turn 80, Trey.
You did, but it didn't click in my mind that he's been in that position
for longer than we've been alive.
Over 3 decades. Wow.
This is important. It's important because, one, he's clearly had kept this position for one of 2 reasons. He's doing his job or people aren't voting.
Keep that in mind.
Now, I'm not in this district. I'm just saying how I would approach this. I don't want to vote for someone after just talking about the president's age and he's right behind him in the age. I believe there should be a cutoff for certain ages. I also think that there should be term limits for representatives because eventually you're not going to be representing who you're supposed to. Like, this is just why we need more representatives. This is my argument of why we need more representatives. If you want someone like this who's going to stay in office for years on years, that's absolutely fine. But there still needs to be someone else there that's also still representing for the younger generation or the people that he's probably not seeing, because you can't tell me that in over 30 years he has represented everybody. So again, not my district, but he's not being ran against for the Democrats. So you won't see District 3 on the ballot until November. And the people that will be on the ballot, we actually have 4 people: one Democrat, one Republican, and 2 independents. And like I said, this is going to go by quick because Representative Scott hasn't really been making a lot of noise lately. He was out campaigning back in May, I believe. And then I went on his Facebook page and I saw a post that he voted for the Iran War Powers resolution to reassert Congress's constitutional authority earlier in June, you know, due to the ongoing war overseas, which has greatly devastated the United States. But haven't really seen much else coming from him. And Trade, you want to say something?
It's just interesting that we're not seeing too much on how he's campaigning because I feel like at where he's at in the game, his name is gonna
Right.
do the campaigning
But
for
is
him.
it? Do we want to depend on that in 2026?
Right. I'm not saying that's a good tactic,
Mm-mm.
but obviously, if the man has been in that position for over 3 decades, I can't speak to that man's mindset. I can't speak to how he's running his campaign strategy, but I can tell you what it looks like. It looks like, oh, I'm Bobby Scott. I don't need to do nothing. That's
Mm-hmm.
what it looks like. Please don't hit me with no cease and desist. Don't. I'm not slandering. I promise.
Like you that guy.
That's
You
just
that
that's
guy.
just my
You are
opinion.
that guy, sir. And yeah, that's true. But what I would worry about is the fact that he has a younger candidate going against him. And yes, this person is a Republican, but this person is also a person of color. So Edwin Rivera, he was raised in poverty, foster care, and then by his grandparents in Puerto Rico. He is a grassroots conservative candidate for Congress. I don't think I've ever heard of a grassroots conservative candidate before, but that's interesting to see. He worked as a police officer in Puerto Rico and then he joined the United States Army. So he's had tours of combat in the Middle East. He is a disabled veteran. Shout out to you. And he believes that responsible gun ownership is both a right and a responsibility. So he's a strong supporter of the Second Amendment. His priorities are education reform, public safety, healthcare access, veteran support, economic development, social security benefits, uniting our community and youth development, but he doesn't really go into detail about these things. Now you can go onto his website, Edwin Rivera for Congress, EDWINRIVERAFORCONGRESS.com. Again, that's Edwin Rivera for Congress.com. And you can click on like the tabs that he has on his website, and then it'll go into a second portion, but he doesn't go into detail. So, okay, let's see. Education reform. I'm just going to cover this one real quick. Education reform. He wants HBCU education career in tech. I'm reading it exactly how it says. Public, private, college pathways from local high schools. He wants to raise teacher pay, renovate and rebuild failing schools. In quotes, this is a direct quote. HBCU making sure they have funds, satellite locations, certifications, degrees between vocational and college degree, and parental rights support. Something about, quote, we want parents to have a say in education, end quote. I feel like this is copy and pasted from chat, but Edwin has a website. For the other 2 candidates, the 2 independent candidates, Don Vasquez and James Taylor, neither one of them have official campaign websites. That's a red flag for me. Also, when I did try to go to Don's website, it said that it was currently for sale. Yeah.
Oh,
And her LinkedIn's private, so we can't even see any information, but she is a Navy sailor. She was an
so
electrician for 24 years and retired as a senior chief. So
so
thanks for
now I
your
got a
service.
question. Now I got a question. Going back, so is it that Bobby Scott he just runs off his campaign and that's his own campaign strategy, or are his
There are
opponents just giving
no
him a layup?
that's what it's giving, but that's what I also said about District 2
Mm-hmm.
with Elaine, because you've been here before. Very recently, actually. Are you just depending on the following that you had before? Like, the difference here is that he's an incumbent. He can depend on his following. You're not. You're trying to get back in office.
Act like you want to be here.
Act like you want to be here. You two independents. This is why people don't vote independent. Come on now. How can I say vote independent and y'all doing stuff like this? Please. Stress.